Alright,
Did you
Little
ever
King's
hear-
all that's left.
Alright, I'm gonna run for an asteroid. Oh no, wait, I can just eject.
Yep. The two of you can eject.
So who am I watch playing then? And that's I'm watching Eric and the Gladius, right?
I think we're all in Gladius. Oh no, Gracky's is in the Hornet.
I went Super
Me and
Hornet because
Toys
my
are in
Gladius wasn't working right.
Okay. So why did you eject? You didn't seem to have any damage.
So that
You'll see.
Little King will stop targeting us so that we can then take over Little King.
Ah, okay, so you're doing Vandal capture. Got it.
That's why I waited to give the donation to him, because I wanted him to spend all that time capturing the Glaive and then
There it
force him
is.
to crash it.
He's out, and he's in good view.
That's kind of screwed up.
Yeah, Hug-ageddon.
Hog, I get it. Jeez.
Well, whenever I slam into ships, I yell Hug, so... But Hug-ageddon became a thing. And
Oh,
now-
Hug, I get it. Oh,
Yes,
okay,
Hug-ageddon.
I thought you said hog as in like the pig.
No. Hug.
Hey,
Space
Vaughn
hog.
Sands, I learned to love and hate the Air Force during the invasion.
Where'd he go?
I loved them because whenever we ran up against something that we couldn't handle or was tough, they'd come in and destroy them. And I hated them for the same reason, because every time we thought we saw something we could get into a fight with, the Air Force would come in first and kill them.
I was actually gonna be one of those until I tore out my knee. I got accepted to Air Force Academy.
Nice.
If I could do it all over again, I would join the Air Force. There's no doubt about it, because I would have come out with a better education, and I probably wouldn't be physically
Where'd he
disabled
go?
now.
Yeah, yeah. As in my case, it's I was
Crap,
aircraft
where'd he go?
environmental
He was right there.
When I was in the Air Force, I was
There he
my
is.
primary. I was stationed in Oklahoma,
Found him.
I think Air Force Base, and that's pretty much where most of the E3s were.
They always buck Mickey.
And so that was
It's
my
how
primary
they buck.
responsibility, but I
So
was,
if he's doing
certified
this
to work on pretty much
sway
any
wobble
aircraft
thing
that
like
Air
he's
Force
doing,
had,
I should
the
be able to
public
get on there and handle it. However, if he's doing a
I will
really
tell you
violent
this,
up and
the
down,
amazing
I
amount of
can't
paperwork and everything else that you have to
stick
go through
onto the
for we're gonna be
arm.
too
So
far.
it's how he
I
bucks
wouldn't be
that
amazed the amount of
matters.
paperwork you had to go through to go to the bathroom.
Like this
in the Army
way,
was
I
stupid.
might be okay. I should be able to handle it. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to stick
So,
on and shoot.
We don't
him
mind me
out.
asking, what happened in the Army that got you a medical?
Oh, me?
Mhm.
It's a long, stupid story. My first sergeant, the one that I was dealing with when I was in Iraq, or
You're-
with
I'm
the
on.
invasion of Iraq.
Your original first shirt.
Right. He wasn't a first sergeant. He was an acting first sergeant, sergeant first class, and he was not very good at his job.
Ah,
Of course, I
He
didn't
also
have any
firmly
experience.
believed that anybody who had an injury was just malingering.
Yeah.
Well, I was in the 101st Airborne, and we did heavy ruck marches all the time. And one of the ruck marches, I stepped in a hole and felt a pop in my knee.
Mm-hmm.
And he was certain that I was just faking it. And so he refused to let me go to the medics, because at the time he had to approve all trips to the medics or the docks. Finally, when I went to the medics and docks, it was months later when he finally let me, and they determined that I had torn some ligaments and they had already healed over and developed scar tissue.
you have to be latched on, or else
Well,
it'll
that led
despawn,
to,
even if I clip into
you
the
know,
cockpit.
Lots of other problems that happened over time, including back injuries and more knee injuries, etc., etc.
All because of the
And-
moron first shirt acting.
Right. Well, and then he got hit with karma later on in that same tour in Iraq. This is one of the things that I love about karma. I remember him yelling at me one time, telling me I was complaining too much.
Yeah, if
because
you're not
I joined
latched
the Army
on,
and
it
I got
doesn't.
my
It
my
works
war
different. It
right
counts it
away,
as a
and he had to
separate
wait
object,
17 years for
and you
his
can't
war.
do damage the same. So if you're booted on, I'm hitting. There we go.
You're breaking up practice.
Yeah, sorry.
Mag boots is also my push to talk.
Oh,
okay.
that's but yeah, so I remember him telling me I was complaining because I had waited, or I got my war right away, and I was lucky, and he had spent 17 years waiting for a war. It was just, this was his attitude.
So
well, he finally got out of his first shirt
you
job
have to
and got assigned to a
mag
line unit, and
on
days
to
later
keep
they got
yourself
hit by
as
a mortar,
one object
and it
with
took
the
out
ship,
both his knees.
and set Little King as an individual,
And I just-
Who's complaining
not
now?
as a ship.
Well, and then we're both in physical therapy after the tour, and all of a sudden he's trying to be my buddy, and I just wanted to just scream at him and tell him, you know, I'm here in physical therapy because you wouldn't let me get treated for what would have been a minor injury at the time. So, you know, I'm not your
I
buddy.
would have.
He still outranked me, and I was still in the army. But
I
I
would
stayed
not
in
have
for
fucking
another.
cared.
I stayed in for another 5, 6 years after that before I finally got med boarded out.
Jeez.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Von
would
Sands.
not have
I'm not
cared.
making that up. That's exactly how it happened.
Yeah.
But that's only part of it. I mean, the knees led to back injuries, and then on top of that, like I said, I was in multiple IED blasts over I did 3 tours in Iraq and 1 in Afghanistan. And so I've got several MTBIs, hearing loss, PTSD, all that. So that's all what led to
I was going to ask how severe is your PTSD?
It's,
If you don't want me asking.
The PTSD is the primary reason the VA gave me disability, not the physical injuries. That's how severe it is.
Jeez. Okay. That
But,
says something right there. I get
Yeah, I can do...
But
Depending on
I'm
the
in-
day, I can go out in public and interact with people fine. It just depends on the day, though. Sometimes I spend all my time locked in my house, hiding away.
Yeah, I'm in a wheelchair for the rest of my life, so
Yeah, so you've got it far worse than I do.
yeah. Well, the thing is, mine did not happen in the military. My military discharge was because of the ruptured synovial bag in my left kneecap. And so yeah, I wound up with a 2-inch long mesquite thorn during Air Force event of paintball, and so I wound up that punctured the synovial bag. It healed up a bit and everything. Everything thought it was fine, and then a year and a half later, I wind up helping a couple friends of mine lift a 300-pound refrigerator. My knee pops because the where the synovial bag had mostly healed, ruptured. My knee went out on me, and that caused me to torque my back to keep the refrigerator from falling on top of me, and put a hairline fracture of T9 in my back. Well, I didn't notice my knee because, well, it was the same spot that had been punctured before. I just noticed that after a little while it was a bit sore, but it was primarily the soreness in my back. So they did some high detail x-rays, found the hairline fracture, found the hole in the synovial bag, and said, well, you can't do your job anymore, so we're going to discharge you because you won't be able to lift any more than 25 pounds, and you won't be able to run or sprint or anything for the rest of your life because of the injury to the synovial bag. So they give me a discharge.
yeah, this is
3 months
working different
later,
than solo mode.
I'm running, sprinting, doing more extraneous activities than I was, or more strenuous activities than I ever had in the Air Force. And I went back to the doctor and asked him, it's like, you know, hey, can you take a look at my knee? I'm able to do all the things that you said I wouldn't be able to.
As soon as I aim,
hurt.
it's kicking me off.
And so they took another high detail x-ray, and apparently the popping of it got it to line up just right when it came back together. And then when it healed perfectly. So it was as if it had never happened in the first place. And he said, it's like, if it wasn't for the fact that I have a x-ray here showing, or, you know, what they call a soft tissue x-ray, and showing the hole in the synovial bag, and the fact that I can see the scar on your knee where it happened, I would not be able to tell that your synovial bag had ever been ruptured. And I was like, well, cool, can I get back in? And it's like, unfortunately, the way the other doctor that discharged you wrote up the report, I'm unable to. He wrote it up as permanent and chronic. And I was like, great.
See, that's the difference between the Air Force and the Army right there. The Army is the exact opposite. What is permanent and chronic, they write up as temporary and basically tell you that you need to get over it.
Yeah. So, so I wasn't able to get back in when I was 27, which would be about 7 years later. I really got out when I was pretty much just before my 21st birthday. Actually, I had my 18th birthday in boot camp. Or basic training, as the Air Force calls it. And so it's,
and I'm out of ammo, so hopefully he dies.
Officer, armed robbery attempt happens, I get shot, bullet hits my spinal cord, T11 complete. Destroyed 2 inches of my vena cava after going through my liver, and put me in a wheelchair for the rest of my life.
Back up, I missed that. That was a training exercise you got shot?
No, I was working as a security officer.
Okay, security officer.
Yeah,
okay,
armed robbery attempt.
Jesus.
I didn't catch the armed robbery part. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. What happened to the guy you shot?
No, it's I wasn't armed because it was an unarmed post, and it was
security force, SF.
No, private security. Like universal security.
Gotcha. Yeah, I did that for like 6 months after I first got out, and I quit because I couldn't be armed. Yeah.
Right.
Come on, die, King, die.
I had at the time, so I mean, I was doing what kept food in my stomach, you know. So, but I got shot, and then 8 years worth of workers' compensation, lawyering, and trials, and doctors and stuff like that. They finally freaking settled, and for about $6 million. So,
wow.
However,
that's
paid out.
That sounds like a lot,
so.
but that, as far as I'm concerned, that's not a lot, enough for what you went through.
Yeah. No, but it is enough to keep me in a comfortable lifestyle. I drive a $116,000 car, BMW 335i hardtop convertible. I own my own home.
You have spaceships.
I'm sorry?
You have spaceships.
I have a lot of spaceships. 75 to be precise. So, and looking at getting more. So, I mean, yeah, out of all the people something like this could have happened to, I was probably the most well-suited to be able to adapt it the easiest. I blew my psychologist's mind when I told them I was having dreams where I knew I was dreaming because I was up and walking around and I knew I was supposed to be in a wheelchair within 2 weeks of the incident. And
yeah, I can't even imagine that. Just when my knee first went out on me and I couldn't walk, the mental trauma that did to me, and that was only for a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine. And you say you've got so much respect for me for that. That's just
I've got to waste a respawn on this.
Yeah, it blew the psychologist's mind because he had never seen anybody able to adapt like that. But I think the part of it, or the primary reason why, is because I'm also diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, and it's like that. Somebody with Asperger's just does not look at life the same way most people do. It's like we tend to be a lot more analytical. My ex-girlfriend swore up and down she was dating a Vulcan. So, yeah, just to give you an idea. Except in this particular case, a Vulcan with a sense of humor.
Well, yeah, there's no way, just from talking to you on here, I would have guessed you had Asperger's, just from the people I've dealt with in real life that do have it. So
yeah.
You definitely have worked through that as well. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well, once I got diagnosed with it, I started studying and really understanding what it was that I was lacking and stuff like that. And I've made a lot of progress in getting over the drawbacks. But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't trade the benefits for anything. It's like the ability to pick up stuff first time through. It's like
right.
Having a really high IQ is part of Asperger's syndrome, and as long as what you're learning is something you're interested in. Because for those that don't know, Asperger's syndrome, if you're interested in a topic, you can ace it without even trying. To analogy into a classroom. If you're not interested in it, you can't pass it to save your frickin' life. And
Yeah.
so you got to find a way to get interest in a topic in some way in order to be able to pick it up. But once you find that area of interest in your topic and the topic that you're trying to learn, then at that point it's like you just absorb it like a freaking sponge. So it's like, and it's like the amount of effort in order to just barely pass history class.
We got this. Come on.
Was
I can tell I'm getting tired. I'm getting really quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just gotta off
Physics.
topic. I just gotta love
Physics.
that we're having this conversation here, and if you look over at the stream, Crackies is so laser focused on trying to get in that stupid glaive, and it hasn't worked yet.
I actually respawned once because I ran out of ammo.
I didn't even notice that.
And I've been listening to the whole conversation. I just haven't been able to say anything because it's my
Right.
stupid
Mag boots.
mag boots button. But it's I'm hearing the whole thing while laser focused, and yeah, I understand the Asperger's thing all too well because I was diagnosed on that spectrum myself.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick while you guys, while Crackies keeps focusing on that glaive.
Were you diagnosed mild, moderate, or severe?
Mild.
Mild. Yeah. Yeah, I'm diagnosed moderate.
And for me, it was mild just because I'm able to socialize a bit better. But if I'm not
I had
interested
to
in
work
something,
on
it's yeah. So did I. When I worked through it, I got a lot of anxiety stuff pop up, and then
I never had the anxiety. I just had the lack of understanding. I was like,
Yeah.
I've never been agoraphobic or anything like that. In fact, if anything, I'm a little bit too attention hungry. But yeah, it's like anxiety was never my issue. It was complete lack of ability to comprehend, the non-verbal social cues, and most of the verbal social cues fit into that category too. And it's like, I was one of those individuals that if you said you were fine, I was like, okay, cool, you're fine. It didn't matter the tone of voice you were using or anything. It's like, I'm fine, kind of thing. And
Yeah.
like, it took me a while to figure out. It's like, okay, there's more than just the words. You gotta be able to pay attention. And then because I knew I had Asperger's and I knew that I was having difficulty with these kind of things, all of a sudden I started, my interest kicked in. And so but unfortunately it's one of those things where, because I'm kind of missed the first 20 years of figuring this shit out. I've been having to piecemeal it all together in like the last 10-12 years, and so I've been working on getting over the social drawbacks for over a decade, and in the process I've made a lot of progress and everything. I figure about another 10 years and I'll be, where you're, as far as picking up on social cues and stuff like that, I'll probably be where your typical 27-year-old is. But, I'm 38, I'll be 38 later this year, and, yeah, I've got a lot of catch-up to do.
I got lucky.
And I'll say, dude, you do a good job, Fox.
Yeah.
It's you fit in. I've heard you on here. I've heard you in some other team speaks talk to you. Not a lot, but I've talked to you, and to me, you're just another normal guy, man. You're just, you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
You don't come across the wrong way. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to say, right?
Well, I think the primary reason why I don't come across the wrong way most of the time, because trust me, there are times I do, I hate miscommunication. I really do. So most of the time I try to say very precisely exactly what it is that I mean. And, I've gotten pretty good at it for the most part. The trouble is when I'm trying to communicate with somebody who's trying to read into stuff, and it's like, I have Asperger's syndrome. There are no lines to read between. It's like, what I'm feeling is exactly what I'm telling you.
Yep.
Yeah. I know a guy who's in his 40s, and he has Asperger's, and he would be a dead ringer for Sheldon on The Big Bang Theory and how he interacts with people.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
know,
Sheldon would be severe Asperger's.
Exactly. And this guy, there's no teaching
Asperger's.
this guy how to socially interact with people. You just have to know that that's how he is and accept it. And there's only a very few of us that do, but because everybody else, they just think this guy's an absolute jackass.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that before I started picking up on the social cues and really understanding them, that thought I was pretty much the same. I thought I was, you know, the self-righteous, arrogant, know-it-all, and it's like, you know, it's like, but the thing is like it only came out with subjects I actually knew. I knew what the hell I was talking about.
Right.
And it's like, you know, it wasn't one of those things where it's like I was trying to teach somebody something and they weren't getting it. It wasn't like, how are you not getting this? Are you a freaking moron type thing? It wasn't like that. It was one of those things where, you know, it's like somebody's going, making all these claims and everything, and I'm sitting there listening to them make a complete, total idiot of themselves. I'm like, all right, first off, here's the facts. Here's what it is. This is what you get from it. And use a little bit of critical thinking, and this is what you were trying to arrive at. You know, it's like how. It's like your information is wrong, and from your wrong information, you are drawing the wrong conclusions. You know, and it's like, yeah, just put it into a nutshell. And it's like, and you know, it was, you know, that kind of attitude there that, you know, I learned to
toys
and remove from as a part of myself. And you know, it's like, fortunately, I had a very important tool taught to me as I was a child for other reasons, and that was how to be able to meditate, look within myself, and be able to see those things that I didn't like about myself, how to reinforce those things that I did like about myself. And that ability to look within my subconscious with the training on the meditation really helped.
I'm clipping through it.
Things like my ability to, you know, perceive social cues and stuff like that. Once I started understanding what they were, I would go in.
It's a lot easier solo. It's different.
A whole bunch more information.
It's very different multiplayer.
Learned that day and everything. So it's been quite the learning curve.
Yeah, this guy I'm talking about, when I met him, I was a teenager. I think he's about 2 years older than me, so yeah, he'd be in his mid-20s about that time. And it was at a concert.
How are you not dead yet?
Exactly like you said. He hadn't said a thing the whole time. He was just there watching the show. And somebody made a comment about the band. And he turned and looked at them and just ripped into them. And he didn't know him, and at the time I didn't. I think this guy was like the biggest ass in the world because he just tore this person apart about their opinion or what they thought was true about this band. And the reality of it is that was this guy's specialty at the time, was music. And he knew everything there ever was to know about Seattle bands at the time. And you know, to this day, half of my knowledge from Seattle bands, and I come from the area, is from this guy, because he just knows it so well that if you hung around him, you learned about it.
Yeah, and it's like
everybody else thought he was being a jackass, and my view was this guy knows way more than I will ever know about this.
Yeah,
and that's how I became his friend. That we are 27 minutes into a Star Citizen match, and nobody has hit the desktop yet.
I know. But he just killed Little King, though, so hopefully we're going to have it here in a minute.
Yeah. Which makes you wonder, the pilot is dead, why is it? Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
Yeah, so, it's like, I mean, I run into those situations where, you know, you put me in his position, the guy you were talking with, especially when people start talking about, you know, things like, you know, start spouting off random crap that they don't understand about string theory.
Cut it off,
quantum mechanics.
Lead it more right.
It's like, and it's like, okay, first off, this is
stop bouncing over the damn.
Regular basis. I am a physicist by hobby. Don't ask me to do the calculus and everything, but I do understand actually what all the theories mean, what they predict and everything. Again, just because I can't do the numbers doesn't mean I can't do the math in a simulation in my head. I can, but but I don't do well with the actual numbers on paper.
Right. Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm the opposite. I can do the numbers, but I can't explain it.
Yeah, it's like I can explain it, I understand it, I can explain it simply.
I hit use.
It's just when you try and throw numbers at me and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, first off, okay.
I hit use several times that time. Come on.
I understand what you're talking about the quantum energy flux states. I know what you're talking about but it's like, okay, yeah, you need calculus to figure that out. I don't know the calculus, but I do know from what I understand that if I...
Hey, Crackies, what would happen if we were to spawn in right now? Would it start the next wave, or would we be okay?
You should be okay, but it might despawn the ship.
Alright, well, I'm not going to do that then.
So the...
Okay, I'm getting in with the door not down. My head's gonna be cockeyed, probably.
I have this like.
No, I got it straight.
Some people.
I got it in straight.
Ability. Oh, cool. A really odd ability to be able to run simulations in my head accurately, and
he got it. He got it.
Sweet.
Oh, he's facing forward.
Yep. I'm the only one so far that's been able to do the face forward method.
Awesome.
And I'm sorry to interrupt
Yeah, no problem.
The physics conversation is actually quite enthralling for me.
I know, right?
Okay,
Hey, are we good to spawn?
I'm spawning. I'm respawning now.
I can see you guys too.
So, if I target you, what are you going to look like? Let's see. Oh yeah, you're. Oh, that's awesome.
All right, I'm opening
You are
up
in a
Crackies.
friendly
Oh,
glaive.
nice. Sweet.
This is being recorded too, so.
Yeah, I
almost
got a
ran
copy
you.
of it also.
Awesome.
That would have been horrible.
Press X to respawn. Press X to respawn. They need to get rid of that. I really hope they get rid of that if you manage to get into the ship in the future. It's
I would like them to
where
get rid of that unless you press a button to do it. You know, just ejecting should not give you the press X to respawn.
Toys and McKetton are both here.
Yeah, because I mean, if you get into a ship like that, I mean, it should just kind of, okay, you're in a ship. Okay,
You have a new ship.
spawn
Next wave.
Mm-hmm. Precisely.
So, is the next wave going to spawn on us or what?
Nope. Because the enemy ship is technically still alive. So the next wave spawn trigger won't happen unless you kill me.
It's pretty cool from our perspective. You're a friendly player.
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm considered friendly in the
Yep.
wave. Oh,
You're
that's
100%
awesome.
Yeah,
friendly.
Yeah,
no,
you
no,
too. You're
and
green.
friendly. But I'll tell you this: when we lock onto you on the hologram, like for the radar, you are orange, or not the radar ball, but on the right-hand side.
Yeah. Yeah, the ship icon is orange, but the name is still green. That's pretty cool.
And it says Grockies, and it shows me in a glaive.
Yes, it does.
Oh, this is so cool! The first multiplayer flight with a Vanduul ship.
Okay, so pick one of us and shoot us down. I just want to see this happen. I've got one respawn left. How about you, Toys?
I'm good. Let's go. Give me a second. Let me turn around. No, wait. Do I get to shoot these 7 guns at you? Or is that a medium?
For the love of God, don't. He spent 30 minutes trying to get in that thing.
Oh god, that almost hurt. Wimpy little missile, dude. Okay. Hey Fox, you see how many guns are on my Gladius? Just saying.
I can't see your Gladius through
You've
much of
almost
any.
broke my shield, dude.
He's got seven guns on that Gladius.
Oh, this Gladius is just falling apart.
Oh no, it counts as friendly fire is unacceptable. It's gonna hit me with a friendly fire thing.
All that effort and we can't fight.
Free flight. We need free flight in sights.
Dude, that
So
thing
now
looks
what do we
awesome.
do?
Hey, you know what? No, stay right here because I'm outside my ship. Look. So I'm just gonna get some video. I'm gonna use my outside the ship mouse control.
You know what I just realized?
Okay, let me see if I can get close enough to see you flying around.
You know what I just realized?
I want to get a really close tour of the ship. Oh, that looks good, dude. That's a good looking ship.
I don't see you at all. That's weird. I still see you in your ship.
When we get to the point where we can actually, for those people like myself who own a scythe, go into a free flight mode and
Alright, I'm
hop out and let someone else
free
hop
flight
in.
mode.
Awesome.
Yeah, and have somebody, like, if they want to fly your ship around and they don't own it, just have them come over, stay still, they pop, they shoot you out of the cockpit, take over your ship, and then you just respawn.
Okay, so I have an idea. I'm the one person that keeps complaining about the Gladius's canopy. I bet if the only picture or video anybody has is looking through this stupid canopy, this shit'll get changed tomorrow.
Oh, this canopy? You mean the warp on the top of it?
I don't care about the deck cord. To me, it's the optical effects that come in. That is retarded.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I like that warp.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, but if you've ever been in a modern plane today,
They would never do
they've
that.
gotten rid of that. Yeah, that
Well,
hasn't
here's the thing
happened
is-
since World War II.
No, here's the thing too, is even modern planes, even the F-35 has the deck cord, but it runs around the edge of the canopy. It's not in the view. And even like the AV-8B Harrier, it never came out in front of the pilot. It's above him. But there's one other thing. When I play at 4K, there's an optical effect that splits the canopy down the middle. Like, there's another one. It drives me absolutely nuts. I cannot play this ship in 4K. It just, it's a pet peeve. It messes everything up, dude.
I want to see live damage states on the Gladius.
Oh, you
Oh,
wanna
I
see
could
damage
do that.
states?
This
Yeah,
is so
here,
nice.
target me. I've got one respawn left.
Are
Do
you
you wanna
right
kill
above
me?
me
I'll-
right now?
Well, I'm watching from the Glaive's perspective.
Oh no, there's the yeah. Let's see,
The friendly fire.
the 7 gun right under here, and pop.
Oh yeah, they're friendly fire crap.
It will only pop back up in a minute, but I'll take it. Or actually,
Do you
you
wanna
two could
kill me?
shoot at each other and show the damage states, and I could just show it off from my look.
Yeah, I'll take out. Well, Toys is
Yeah,
already damaged
yeah.
somewhat, so I'll finish taking them out.
Oh, either that or just show me the damage states on toys.
Well, you know what?
Go over
Actually, I
to 'em.
can't. I'm running all ballistics. I'll kill him. Toys, you'll have to take me
No,
out.
I mean,
Just
just park
knock my
near
wings
him
off.
and take a
You can just knock
look
my wings
at
off.
his ship. You don't have to shoot him if he's already damaged.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, let's see. I'll see what I can get.
You can see the burnout on the entire underside there.
Mm-hmm.
That's all plasma damage right there. That's just eating away at the hull section. All of that would normally be all pristine. Instead, it's pitted. You might want to turn it the other way, Toys, so the light is
Yeah, that just
facing...
looks beautiful.
Oh, there it is. Wait, stop right there.
The problem with doing this is the Gladius is so damn fast at acceleration. When I get close to him, I'm about to ram him every time.
Yeah.
See, the problem for me is, when I did that 4K damage video that everybody was like, dude, that's all bugged. It's like, I know, that's why I did the videos. It's bugged and I put a ticket.
There you go.
So I'm running
You'll see it in a
SLI
moment.
and
His
it
piece of his
splashes
wing
light.
missing there. It's pitted. It's pulled away. Hole through it. His engine section there is all exposed.
Oh, hey, can
Yeah,
I
that,
point out a really cool thing
procedural
on the model of the
damage
Gladius while y'all are
generation
looking
and
real
everything is
close?
just amazing.
You see the little wing tips that go vertically at the very end of the wing?
Yeah.
They actually, above and below that, they scissor out. So the faster you go, the more they scissor back, which is a really
Yeah.
nice little effect that makes no sense for a space fighter, but whatever.
I know. I know.
Because
it's the
it's
same
meant
thing.
for atmospheric.
Yeah.
That's why these things have wings.
This
They're
ship,
not
yeah.
just space fighters, they're also atmospheric fighters too.
That's the thing. I really hope they introduce some sort of atmospheric fighting because the Gladius is going to
They're
kick
going
ass
to.
in that.
A, they are going to, and B, is not going to be until sometime after live launch. I wouldn't expect that even in the first 8 months of after live launch.
The hell! I just put 2 longswords in it and even put a new hole.
I had full shield.
Friendly fire is unacceptable.
They
Is
go.
it my turn to friendly fire yet? Let me show you how you do this.
They need a setting that you can put on your own side that
right.
if somebody shoots at you, it won't dock them for friendly fire.
The reason I don't like the friendly fire thing right now is because I used to take out teammates in squadron battle when they were, doing stupid crap,
Mhm.
and now I can't do that. Like guys that were spawn killing or deliberately ramming, I'd stop targeting the enemy. Teammates.
I'm gonna kill you with clear shit.
I know the flares are the most deadly weapon in the game. If I get right above you, the flares will take me out.
Oh, I'm
Let's see if
trying.
I can get there.
I'm close to cockpit shot. Cockpit shot.
What I'm
Boom.
not understanding is why is there heat distortion effects on flares out in space? There's no atmosphere to distort the light.
The atmosphere that's around the flare itself to actually let it burn?
Maybe it's a solid.
Holy
It's probably
shit.
solid.
I've never seen it take off like that before. I was in third person when he flew away. It was like it went to warp speed.
What, the
It
sight?
Dude,
completely disappeared.
I was at 2/3 of my throttle. Okay, watch this. Watch this. Let's do this again.
Actually,
This ain't
Hang on,
almost
let me get back to
you
third
ready?
person.
wait,
Okay, I'm
yeah,
ready.
hold on.
You ready?
Let me get up next to you, and
That was interesting.
we should give us a count, because I'm curious what the speed of this is, because if I can keep up with them, we can gauge the speed of the Glaive.
according to the XML, the Glaive is 250 meters per second, maximum speed.
Nice.
I can do it.
That's
Oh,
another
I didn't
reason
know
why
that.
interceptors need to be faster.
Where do you want to race to? Hey, I'll tell you what. Look where I'm looking. You see this right here?
Look where I'm looking.
Well, I
Well,
was
doesn't
about to
work
start-
very
No, I
well
see
when
the
it's outside
direction he's
that
looking.
Glaive.
He's looking towards the beam.
Yeah. You see the solar panel to the right of it, like off in the rocks? Let's go that way. And when I said that, I was gonna shoot, but all of my guns aren't spawned. so-
Okay,
Oh, I see it. Yep, I see it.
so you guys want me to give you like a 3, 2, 1 count, and then you both
Yeah.
go?
Yeah, I want to see where he's at though.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
behind you by about 100
That's
meters
fine.
or so.
That's fine. This is what I'm thinking. I'm
10,
thinking I go faster than him,
9,
or I accelerate faster, and then
8,
he goes well up on me.
7,
Yeah, just count it.
6,
Here we
5,
go. Yes,
4,
war plasma, weak laser.
3, 2, 1. Blast off. I get to see this from the stream here.
From my perspective, Gracchus hasn't moved. I don't know what's going on there, but
I can't
the
see him either.
Gladius is gone and Gracchus is still sitting beside me.
You know what? I'm burning straight into it. You tell me when you're about to react into it. I'll tell you. You'll see.
I'm there.
You'll see me react. Oh, are you here?
Yeah, on my stream, Gracchus is still sitting.
Okay,
close.
yeah, I just hit it.
We've desynced again.
Yeah. You know what? No. It does that when you get in somebody else's ship. Because that's why I accidentally killed Captain Richards. Sorry, bro, if you're watching. Okay, so yeah, you definitely beat me there, but I still think it's a question as to who accelerated harder.
You accelerated faster.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt you accelerated faster. I was watching it on his stream and on mine, and you
Damn,
shot
I
out
see
in front
that
of him
shit.
like there was no.
Yeah, you
no,
shot out way in
competition.
front of me, and then I caught up and passed. So,
Did you
less
start with your
excel.
burner locked? Because I had my burner on the entire time.
Yeah,
Just
I
like it was a
burner
race.
locked it right away.
Okay.
But it didn't
Maybe
accelerate
Okay,
like
so
I
the-
was using burner, so I don't think it has any
Maybe it's
burner right
busted.
now.
Okay, so I want to see what happens if I shoot this ship that's floating in front of me that is not Gracchus but is Gracchus.
It kills him because that's what I did to Captain
Yeah,
Richards.
yeah, it'll kill
Accidentally.
me.
Sorry, bro.
Okay, I won't kill you.
That's what happened with the Cutlass. When he was shooting at me, I wasn't really actually near him, but
so
he was
right
shooting
now
at the
you're
fake me.
literally on the other side of the map, judging by your stream. And if I kill this thing in front of me, it's going to kill you.
I'm in front of
Exactly.
toys right now. And you.
Are you?
You're seriously desynced.
Yeah, we really are. Because toys on my stream is dead.
Well, I see I respawned, but I can still see y'all moving. See here,
Yeah.
I'm shooting right now.
I can't target you on my stream. If you're respawn, it's not showing up.
There's a way to fix that.
There you are. There you are.
Yeah, I'm right beside you. Oh shit.
That's awesome. On your stream, you were quite a ways away from me when you killed me. On my stream, you were still sitting right in front of me.
On my stream, I was right in front of you.
No, but
Hey,
I mean,
look,
you
look,
never moved.
look.
You were,
Look at
you
all
were
the
still
guns.
sitting in that
Please,
same
look at
spot.
guns.
Oh god! Oh, that
So
looks
pretty.
awesome! Hold on.
Oh, that is cool. Keep
It's
firing,
like
keep firing.
Christmas.
Oh, I want that someday.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Gladius Racing
I
variant
hear
by
that
AMD.
That is beautiful.
Dude, so this is the thing, right? If we could change that like we changed these things, you know, the guns for the missile mounts. Look at how many missiles he has under that thing. It is retarded.
Oh, I know. I was watching him when he was walking through him.
Yeah, I still had... He launched like 10 missiles, and I still had 4 left when I got in.
Thank God.
There's
you
like
can see
12
them
or
moving
14
now.
missiles on these things.
I like the floaty chaff effect.
Oh, the chaff effect?
Yeah, they
That's
changed
awesome.
the chaff. It's gorgeous now, dude. It is so much awesome.
There.
Yeah.
Chaff. Look at it. Ooh. Oh, that's cool coming out of this ship.
Okay, I'm out of chaff.
I'm looking at Grackys right now. Does he have flare or chaff?
Yeah,
Yep, I'm
earlier
setting it
tonight,
up
there.
Toys was trying to find me, or was it last
Okay.
night? I think it was last night. He was trying to find me when I was hiding EVA on a platform.
This is
And he got
awesome.
bored trying to find me. He just started launching chaff. And basically, I was standing in that chaff cloud. It was awesome.
Yeah. The funnest
For
thing to
fly
me in
alongs.
pre-flight is when people really start getting on the pads and hanging out, taking a ship like this or an M50 and just start buzzing by them just constantly and throwing out chaff all over the place.
I cannot wait.
Are you
until I
talking
can
for the
fly my
spaceships,
Cheyenne Scout.
Waikiki?
Yeah, no,
Because
right.
if so,
oh, I can't wait
it's
till the wines.
it's a
come
form
up
of
from that thing. I guarantee you, people are gonna
quantum
be throwing fits when
mechanics
that thing gets into
that
combat.
dude.
messes the lore.
Dude, they're gonna be crying so hard because of the
Buns,
the
we
little
were
bubble.
the
Yeah.
first multiplayer.
it's
not a
that thing
ton.
is gonna
I killed
cause so many lives.
I killed the what's his name?
Okay, so now what do you do since we can't kill each other?
So, to quote a friend of mine who happens to be a brony, it's like he made this comment one time that I thought was kind of funny. Like, understood the reference, but he's like, "Your tears, give them to me. They make my wing boner stronger." Like, okay. Yeah.
Turn around.
I love how this thing flies without comes
Nope,
down.
it has
I just
boost.
love it. It's just all floaty and drifty and just so awesome.
It does indeed have boost. I just checked it out. It's just not amazing on boost. Top speed, faster. Acceleration, not as good. Man, look at those missile racks under there.
Oh, are we going?
No, I'm just
Okay.
trying to shoot at you.
Okay, I was gonna say no missiles though, because I'm totally out of chaff and you just
No,
gonna wreck me.
the reason I was doing it was because I was getting the red marker on my longswords, and you should be in range with
Oh,
hit,
I got you.
and it wasn't. So I'm guessing the longsword range has been changed.
It was funny when we jumped in that match. Captain Richards,
It's
Hydra, Big
faster,
was there.
it doesn't
And right
accelerate as
before we go in,
fast.
I go, Hydra, real quick. Let's one-on-one. Come on, one kill. Come on, let's go, one-on-one. Because we play a lot with Tran, buddies with Tran, and we couldn't kill each other. I had neutrons on, so my hope of hitting him and his Gladius was about never gonna happen. And he wasn't used to flying a non-Hornet, so I was not gonna die either. So I just finally said, bro, okay, look, Truce, this ain't working.
Oh Jesus! I almost rammed you there.
Are the neutron cannons actually functioning properly now?
No.
I couldn't hear you do what? Thoughts?
No, I was asking if the neutron cannons are functioning properly now.
Well, that depends. If functioning properly means they can fire once every 3 seconds, then yes, apparently they are.
Yeah, technically they work, and the targeting for them does work now. But actually trying to hit something that's not named a Cutlass or a Hornet is quite difficult. Well, I'm
Yeah,
not.
they,
let me rephrase that. I'm not good with it.
With
I know.
gimbals, they still don't aim right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
put them on my Omega, and still I was having issues hitting anything that wasn't.
It's a
smaller
missile
than
boat
that
with
was smaller than
a
Cutlass.
heavy fighter
I'll tell you, when I
slash.
play with Trent, I don't think I hit anybody that was within.
It's gotta be
more
a
than
heavy fighter.
350 meters away from me. I mean, I
But
was
it's a
point
heavy
blank
fighter
getting
that's
in their belly
way
and letting
cooler
them
than a
loose.
Super Hornet. I want
And
one.
sledges
I
are
want one. I
still
want one. I
there.
want one. I
Sledges
want
are
one. I
still
want one. I want one.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't adjust the sledges at all. I figured they would have
No.
in the by now, but
Well, what I'm looking forward to myself, we have the Omni Sky 3s, we have the Omni Sky 6s, size 1 and 2 respectively. I'm waiting for the size 3 Omni Skies.
oh, they're in the
Yeah.
XMLs and they're already
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah, the 3 and the 4, the 9 and the 12s are already in the XMLs. The
Yep.
12s,
Yeah.
dude, they do 120 damage a pop.
And Omnis are already OP.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what they do to balance them. I'm guessing it's going to be energy consumption. I don't see a need to reduce any of the other stats if they just increased energy consumption.
Yeah, so you only get a shot
Yeah.
or two out of them, and they have to recharge rather than I can fire them
Right.
forever.
Like the neutrons, but not as bad as the size 2, the bigger neutrons. They just need to do, like, swear 4 shots, and then they have to do something else, right? Gotta go somewhere else.
I would
Three or
do
four
it to where
shots.
I would do it to where you can get off 5 shots per gun before they run out, and you gotta let them recharge.
I do 5 on the
Oh.
3s, 4 on the 6s,
Well, the thing is right now they're just kind
or
of
6 and 4.
they look at, you know, they throw a weapon in there and they say, all right, it should do this, and they don't really have, from what I can tell, any kind of standardization for this.
No,
And
they,
that's the first thing they need to do is they need to say, okay, like the Omni Skies, for example, they come default on a 300 series. We want a 300 series to be within this range of capabilities, so the Omni Skies should be able to do this with this amount of power, whatever their range
Yeah.
is. And that's where they started, and then they build tiers from that and start putting the weapons in that area.
And I'll tell you, this is another thing they really need to do is they need to do. I'm all for positive hit multipliers on hard shots, right? I don't have a fundamental problem with the canopy being so weak, but they got to do something about that because half the problem with the Omnis is flat out just hitting people in the cockpit. Same with the sledges.
yeah, it's
I
true.
mean, I'm all for
Cockpitting is-
clutch, well-aimed shooting. I really am, but it's a little ridiculous right now.
Yeah, well, part of fixing that is the gimbal change they made. That's going to help.
Yeah.
Those
Oh, I just
sledges
found it.
being
I'm so
size
glad I
1
didn't
is...
reckon
Yeah.
Yeah, there's.
Oh,
Well,
I
you know
read.
what? The sledges can remain size 1 if they increase the energy consumption of them. That's the thing that I don't like about the sledge.
Well, they're
This thing's a
ballistics,
mass
they're not
driver.
supposed to take a whole lot of energy.
But well, it's a mass driver. It's electromagnetically charged or fired round. It should use energy.
Yeah, but I'm not disagreeing that it should use energy, and it does. But the thing is that it's you know, it's still a ballistic weapon, and it's still using
Oh, no, I'm
less
getting
energy
shot.
than firing off an energy bolt.
You know what the major problem
I'm getting
is?
shot!
Is
Ah!
the fact that they named it what they did. If they just would have said big fucking cannon, everybody would be like, okay, yeah, perfect. Good name.
Exactly.
No-
Yeah,
no
the
problem
moment they
whatsoever.
made it a mass driver, it was a sledge mass driver. It was a problem. Yeah.
So I accidentally wrecked when I feigned it and took my wing off, and I still have 6 guns, and this right here is exactly why you shouldn't be able to swap guns and missile rounds.
So,
I just took off.
who shot my
Draggy's
wings?
wing. That was me.
Not me.
I'm flying
Oh, wait a
around
minute.
on mine, but I must be standing still again on yours.
Yep.
so-
I just cut off your wing on mine because you're standing still.
Okay, so let me get this straight. They're making it to where you can put guns on missile mounts now?
No, but they are talking. I did talk in private with Matt. Oh my god, I just forgot the second time tonight.
Sherman.
Help
Matt
me,
Sherman.
Matt Sherman. Oh my god. God, I hope he's not watching this shit. Such an ass. But yeah,
I
no,
hope
I
he
talked
doesn't
to
end
him
up
and he
getting
said they are
fired for talking
absolutely
to us as much
like,
as he
Yeah.
does.
yeah,
Oh.
but no, they are absolutely tossing it around and they have no idea how to balance it.
well,
I would personally love the
what
idea
we're
of
here
being
for.
able to, you know, swap out or put a gun on a missile mount, because I would love to have
Yeah.
a 5-gun on, or a 5-gun 350.
I love the idea too, but then we've done it with the Gladius, and it turns me, who is, I feel like I'm an above average, like a good pilot that's solid, to being able to kill Hydra, Big Bang, and Goliath. Way more than they'd kill me.
I would love to
That's
hear.
not-
I'd love to be
Well,
a fly on the wall in Goliath's room
That's
when
just the
he
thing,
gets
though,
killed
is
by a
that
7-gun Gladius, though. That'd be hilarious.
The only thing
That's just
is,
the thing.
the power system isn't really implemented fully, so...
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
Right.
If they fix the
And-
power system, the 7-gun system would be fine because
Right.
you're going to hurt yourself by
But
doing it.
here's the one thing about that that's my rebuttal to that. In the current meta, just how the guns are balanced, if I could just do the same thing and before it was ever even an issue, you would just be dead in like seriously 3/4 of a second, you're gone. Just boom, over.
Yeah. But then, if you're up against multiple individuals, that's a liability. You might be able to take out one,
Yeah.
maybe two really fast, but then
Yeah, no,
Mike,
You're gonna be
I
vulnerable
agree with
for
you.
a
You're
while.
absolutely right. They're not even remotely close to the balancing phase. The
Yeah, yeah.
problem is they introduced leaderboards before they introduced balancing.
and
And that
I'll
has
tell you
led
the
to
other-
people that will min-max to try to get the top of the
Yeah, yeah.
leaderboards, and it ruins testing for everybody else.
Well, look
Yeah.
at what's happened, right?
Oh,
the
who
last
killed
3
me?
months. No, dude, we're
I
just
didn't
sitting
do it.
here. We're just sitting here, dude. We're pointing at each other. You just died.
Oh god, I was flying around in open space and it